Hi, in this video, we will see how to log into Zoom and how to configure the settings in the main settings panel. You're going to start by going to Portal and clicking on the Zoom tile. This will prompt you to log into Zoom. When you will arrive on the Meetings tab of your account page. Click on Settings in order to configure the settings as follows. Remember that these settings are the recommended settings to protect student data privacy, ensure that student activity in the Zoom rooms is monitored to prevent cyberbullying, inappropriate language and content, and so on, and to prevent Zoom bombing when someone hacks into a Zoom room and then shows inappropriate content to the people there. So in this main area, you will see that there are actually a lot of settings to think about. We will not address every single one, but only those settings that teachers need to configure in a certain way in order to ensure the most productive and safe learning environment possible. So in the Settings tab under Meeting, host video can be on, but participant video needs to be off. The audio type should actually be changed to computer audio at the current time because Zoom doesn't have enough phone numbers for the telephone access, and then click Save. Turn off Join Before Host because this allows students to be in the meeting without you and have the meeting unsupervised. Turn off using Personal Meeting ID when scheduling a meeting so that it generates a random ID for every meeting that you schedule. We do not recommend that you do instant meetings with your students. We recommend that all meetings be scheduled. Turn off only authenticated users can join meetings because at this time our students do not create accounts in Zoom in order to join a meeting. We recommend that you require a password when scheduling new meetings. And again, we do not recommend that you do instant meetings with your students. We recommend that you require a password for the personal meeting ID. And this will only be enabled for all meetings using the personal meeting ID so that you have that password security in place. We do recommend that you embed the password in the meeting link so that when you provide a link to your learners in Google Classroom, for example, it will include the password that they need. However, you also need to provide the meeting ID, and for people who join via mobile devices or using the desktop app. And so you will have to also tell them what the password will be since they will be prompted to type in the password if they join using the meeting ID instead of the link. We won't have participants joining by phone because Zoom doesn't have enough numbers. We recommend that you mute participants upon entry. We recommend that chat be turned completely off. This is because the chat messages cannot be deleted and there is no opportunity for teachers to preview the chat before the students post it. We do recommend that you have a sound play when participants join or leave, but we recommend that it be heard by the host only. This will give you a little bit of an audio clue that someone new has joined your meeting. Going down to the bottom, you can enable polling if you would like to use the poll feature to show multiple choice questions to your attendees during your meeting. We recommend that screen share be on, but that only the host can share for your student meetings, and then click Save. We recommend that annotation be off. We recommend that the whiteboard be off. This is for participants. It does not affect the host, but it does affect the participants. And this is because there is no opportunity to preview what is going to be shared using the annotations or the whiteboard. So students or others could share inappropriate content. We do not recommend that you use breakout rooms unless you are going to have additional adult staff on hand during your Zoom meeting so that you can send one staff member to each room. If that is not going to be possible, then the breakout rooms need to be turned off. Closed captioning is not automatically provided. Someone actually has to type the closed captions, but if you have someone available to do that, you can definitely turn on the closed captioning. We cautiously allow that you might want to turn on the virtual background. This can provide a sense of a little bit more privacy for our students so that you aren't showing their living space when they do have the webcam on, which you will only have on when you specifically give them permission. However, do be aware that you won't have any say in what the virtual background is, and so students could choose a background that is sensitive or inappropriate. Okay, we're skipping a lot of these because they aren't necessary for the settings we're trying to control, but you do want to enable the waiting room, and you want all participants to have to wait in the waiting room. This means that you will individually click on their names in order to let them into the room, and you will not click on the names of anybody who is not your staff or students. Going down further, none of these things will affect the work that we are doing today. You can turn on Blur Snapshot on the iOS task switcher. This helps protect your students' data privacy if they are joining via an iPhone or an iPad. It ensures that nothing sensitive in terms of their info is visible when they switch between different apps as part of their screen share, if you turn screen share back on for that student individually. And then you are done with the settings on the main settings page for the meeting. Thank you very much. Please remember to watch the other two videos that will show you how to adjust the settings for your scheduled meetings as well as the settings for your personal meeting room.